G'day Furballs and welcome to this week's Furvlog. Now before I do get started, I wanted to also say a very quick thank you to all the subscribers. I know it's something I do almost in every other single video that I've done so far, but honestly, I've almost reached 500 subscribers and I didn't see myself getting this far, especially in such a quick amount of time. Not only that, but the amazing support from last week's video as well was really amazing and I honestly owe you guys so much. Now on with this week's Furvlog. Obviously, based upon the title, you guys are going to take a very good guess as to what this week is going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about what makes a furry, but more so on the side of, do you have to have a fursuit to be a furry? Now, the main reason I'm actually doing this is because a lot of people that I've noticed in the furry community often say that they feel like they need to have a fursuit to be a part of the furry community. I'm going to do this video because I think it's something that I feel needs to be talked about a little bit more. So firstly, most of you guys will probably know by now what a furry is. If not, I'm going to do a very quick recap because I've talked about it a fair few times in my past videos. Basically, it's a person that loves anthropomorphic features and characters on animals. Prime example, Zootopia, or even your classical Looney Tunes like Bugs Bunny. Pretty much animals that have human characteristics that stand up on two legs rather than four, and I suppose in some ways even the Lion King can be classified as anthropomorphic because their facial features show and represent that of our own, which obviously they don't do in real life. If a lion started to randomly sing in real life, I'd probably like, hey, can we get the hell out of here, because I'm a little bit creeped out right now. But as I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail about what a furry exactly is, what anthropomorphic is, because I've already done those sorts of videos in the past. So what makes someone a furry? Well, I guess this also starts with how to make your own Fursona, which comes into play as being a furry. A Fursona is basically the same meaning as a persona. If you don't know what a persona is, well, I'm gonna do like, you know, a quick little dictionary jot down thingy over here, just so that you guys know what a persona is. And basically a persona is like, you know, a play on words technically. So I hope you guys got that really quickly. Obviously a lot of you guys will probably know what a persona is, but for those of you that don't, I always like to provide that information. Now, as I said, a persona is a play on words. Because it's a furry creature and a persona, they decided to call it a Fursona, same as fursuit. A fursuit is basically a furry suit. So they decided to shorten it by saying fursuit, which I guess says a lot about the furry community in itself. They like to take words with fur and furry and juggle them up together. Prime example, Furdo and Convergence, which I know they're both Australian ones, but hey, what can I say? I'm Australian and I'm biased like that. But anyway, here's how you can create your very first persona in case you haven't already done so. Basically, you find the creature that you love the most. Usually people do generic ones like wolves, cats, dogs, anything that they find in themselves to be a connection to who they are, even their own spiritual creature. I should also say right here and now that you don't actually have to create your own persona. You can also do adoptables. There is no real difference between adoptables and creating your own persona. Adoptables are just basically a design that's already been made up for you and you just buy that design. Basically the exact same way how I got Engel. Now, the fun part of creating your own persona is you've got to find your own favorite colors, your own unique design, and make sure that it's not going to look identical to other poppy furs. Prime example, you can have a blue and white roux, but also avoiding the whole looking a lot like Bakari. And same thing with Dutch Angel Dragons. You can have a Dutch Angel Dragon that's brown and black with a little bit of white on them, but it doesn't necessarily have to be telephone, which I hope that's clear things up a little bit for you guys in regards to using colors that might be similar to other poppy furs. Just as long as that color and design itself says something about you or your persona, then you should be right, and it's entirely unique. That is basically the main interesting thing about creating your own persona, is that it's unique to you and you alone. Now, there's also a lot of different routes to go through. You can do different traits and features to your characters. You can add scars, you can make them have plantigrade legs, which are like, you know, normal human legs, or you can have what's also called digitigrade legs, which I'm hoping that this is going to come up right on the screen when I do it. So you guys get the whole view of digigrade legs and plantigrade legs. Digigrade legs and plantigrade legs. But it's really just up to you and how you want your characters to be seen. Now, you don't have to just create a persona to make a reference to then make your own fursuit or get one made. In fact, you can write stories about your characters. You can do poems, you can make your character out to be a DJ, you can get art done, you can do art requests, you can do art trades, you can do art commissions. If you're an artistic person, you're probably going to go very far in the furry fandom because a lot of the furries in the whole furry fandom do rely a lot on artwork, but overall it's a very creative fandom, to say the least, that rotates between music, poems, short stories, and of course art. But now it comes to the big question of, do you have to have a fursuit to actually become a furry? The answer is no, and I've saved this one for the last, coming towards the end of the video, because it's very simple. You don't have to have a fursuit because they are very expensive. They do take a lot of time. They also take a lot of care, and a lot of younger furries don't realize how much care that they've got to take with an actual fursuit, especially if it's cost them at least close to $1,000. Fursuits are also something you can't wear 24/7, which I hope that a lot of younger furries understand that. Like even me right now, especially being in Australia and in this heat wave that we're currently having, it's very hot. Actually, that brings a really nice cool breeze, so don't mind me, I'm just waving around here being silly. But back onto the track of fursuiting and being a furry. Really, you just have to be a very creative person with your own unique self, your own unique persona to be a furry. In fact, you don't even have to do that. You can basically just be a person that likes anthropomorphic stuff. But if you are a person that likes anthropomorphic stuff and you aren't a furry, you don't like furries, well, you're not really a furry. It's kind of sort of in between that grey line or in between the margin where it's like the do's and the don'ts. Like you have your Jedi and you've got your Grey Jedi and then you've got your Sith. Why do I always bring up Star Wars and this sorts of stuff? And of course, you don't always have to be a furry YouTuber. I know I like doing YouTubing because it gives me a chance to talk with you guys, talk about the interesting things in the fandom. It also gives me a chance to ramble and be myself, and as well as help me and my editing programs when I'm actually using editing stuff to make videos for YouTube. So it's a win-win situation for me. And I suppose in the end, it does come down to what you yourself want to do in the furry fandom. It is entirely up to you as to what you want to do in the furry fandom, and no one's going to stop you from achieving the dreams that you have. Just remember to make sure that you're having lots of fun and you're doing it the right way, not the wrong way. And trust me, there are a lot of right ways and a lot of wrong ways. So coming towards the end of the video, I hope this has been really helpful for a lot of you guys. I do want to empower you all to know that you don't have to have a fursuit, you don't have to be a fursuit maker, or a YouTuber, or an amazing artist, or anything like that to be in the furry fandom. Just be yourself, and always make sure that you're having a lot of fun, as I said earlier. And of course, a very big, massive thank you to you amazing subscribers out there. If you guys have some interesting questions to ask me, by all means, there's going to be a hashtag popping up down here, Q&A. Send me your ask, as many as you want, because I am thinking that later on this week I'm probably going to do a Q&A video. I also want to do a video talking specifically just about YouTubing as a furry, which I may actually end up using that for next week's Furvlog. But for now, thank you guys for your amazing love and support, and I hope you all have a really great, amazing week / weekend / night / day whenever you're watching this. And as always, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye! Without me.